Hey YouTube, Berserker Nick here, hanging out down here at Walker's Bike Shop with Chris. He's behind the camera being awesome again. Last time we made a video, we were talking about restoring this Redline 380. And as you can see, it's not just a frame sitting here anymore. I went through, I cleaned everything up. I went through, de-rusted everything. So now we started assembly on it. Pretty much everything on this was original to how it came, except we switched the bars out. Put these awesome Eastern 4-piece bars on here with some ODI long neck grips. But other than that, this is the factory stem, factory brake lever, running an ACS brake cable. Come back, we got the original seat post clamp, the original brakes, but with new brake pads. So that's looking pretty rad. And then on the crankset, Chris decided that an Eastern throttle would look pretty sweet on here. So it's got an Eastern throttle 3-piece crankset, spline drive or 48 spline, so it's nice and tight. And then it's got an old school Voxum 44-2 sprocket. And if you guys know, Voxum was the parts company that Nerve used. So anybody that remembers Nerve back in the day, they were pretty heavy, but they were also pretty awesome. And big shout out to Stephen Murray. He rode Nerve, one of my BMX heroes. So shout out to him. Also, if you see this nice looking set of hubs here, these were the original hubs for the Redline. The rims were starting to separate and the spokes didn't look the greatest, so we ditched those. And these are going to be rebuilt. Chris is going to go through them and redo all the grease on them. I cleaned them up on the outside, so he's going to clean them up on the inside. And then these will be laced up with black spokes, gold nipples, and black Alex rims. So those are going to look pretty rad. And then on top of that, of course, it's going to get a Hornet sprocket on there, so it'll be nice and tight and sound extra crispy when it's going down the road. Some other future plans for this is the seat post is going to become gold. It's getting gold pedals, you know, so a little bit of gold in there to help it pop. And that should make the green and everything pop more on this bike as well. So I'm looking forward to finishing this thing up and seeing someone out there on the road riding it around and having fun. So
maybe
maybe
me.
Maybe it might just end up being hung on the wall.
Yep.
And then after this gets done, the next project is an old Haro, aluminum Haro race bike. And despite what you see, this is definitely not a GT. This bike belonged to Chris. Chris's dad has a pretty good story of how he got it back after it got stolen and all that. So
yeah, we'll do that story on another day.
Yeah, on another day. We're trying to keep everything positive here. So this bike is going to be restored next, and everything right now is tough and kind of bound up and rusty, and it's been sitting 15 years, you said. So we'll be stripping this bike down, and this frame will be getting sent out to get stripped. But you know, it's got all this awesome red anodized wheels and handlebars and sprocket on there. And if you come around to the front, check this out. A lot of people haven't noticed that old school Fusion 2-piece handlebars with an Odyssey stem, which is pretty rare to find. So this is going to be a pretty rad build for sure. If any of you guys have any ideas on color, whether this thing should be stripped down to polished aluminum frame, white, black, or anything definitely not yellow, and throw that in the comments. I haven't forgotten about you guys on the helmet giveaway. I'm going to be doing that Day after Thanksgiving, we'll draw a name for that. So I haven't forgot about you guys. But I hope you guys are having had an awesome week. I hope you guys are having an awesome weekend, and keep shredding.